Baby, reality stars are in their off-screen bag and not in a good way. Peter Thomas is heading to the big house.
Ooh, yes, he is.
PK's getting divorce papers. And Dolores might be trading Jersey for Rhode Island.
I can't wait.
Yeah, give me my girl.
Let's go.
Meanwhile, Sutton is saying sorry, but Garcelle already hit unfollow.
Bye.
Okay, do it.
On Bertha's health has fans emotional.
Oh, yeah.
And Roni may or may not be circling the drain. I don't know what's going on over there.
Again?
The cameras may be off, but the drama refuses to take a break.
Always.
And tonight, we're unpacking it all with our correspondents. So grab your snacks, pour yourself a drink, and roll that blunt. Because Reality Right After starts now.
Let's get it.
And you already know I had to call in two of the sharpest minds in reality TV game. The Reality Rundown's personal correspondents, our Shopee correspondent, Justin Colon.
Hey, y'all. Potomac in the house.
And Real Housewives of Atlanta correspondent, Sojourner.
Hello, my peaches. Hello, my babes.
How are you? How are you guys?
We are amazing. Are we like that geeked? Because I'm so excited.
I am so excited to be here today. It is a Hot Topics episode. I haven't done a Hot Topics episode on Reality Right After in a very long time. So I'm very excited to be doing a Hot Topics episode today. I feel good. I'm in my Cowboy Carter merch.
I know that's right.
You know, I went to Cowboy Carter yesterday.
night.
It was raining. It was thundering. But honey,
It was a show.
we had a good time. We had a good time. What's up this week with you guys? Are you guys okay?
Well, I'm okay. I'm chilling. I'm
Yeah.
glad to be here with you guys. This is the first time, I don't know if the audience knows, all of us together in the
Yes.
same room.
Yes, we're not strangers anymore.
Yes, so all of us together in the same room finally. So I'm super excited
I know,
to get
I
the
know.
team together.
I know.
yes.
We need to do more Hot Topics episode.
Yes.
How about you? How was your week?
The week is good. It was a rainy week, a gloomy week, but like I had so much to look forward to, and the drama, it did not cease. And so as long as you keep me some good tea in my phone, I'm gonna have a good day regardless. I'm gonna have a good day.
Well, before we get into the drama, make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, the Reality Rundown YouTube channel. And if you're listening to us on the podcast, make sure that you leave us a 5-star review. That helps us a lot when it comes to, our podcast being out there. So please, castmates, if you're listening to us on the podcast, leave us a review and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. And of course, follow the Reality Rundown on Instagram.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say like
Do it right now.
hit the button.
So, oh my God. Peter Thomas finally turned himself into jail.
Turned himself
Yeah,
in.
because we knew that he was going to prison, right?
Yeah.
But Peter Thomas, and of course known for his role on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, has been sentenced to 18 months in prison, but finally turned himself into prison and to start his sentence, a year, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío.
What do you think about this? Like, finally, Peter is starting to start his, convention.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't wish jail on any. Well, that's not true. I wish jail on a few people.
On a few
but
people.
on a few people.
Yeah.
But like for Peter, it's been a long time coming. We've known that with his restaurants and with his establishments, it just has not been all the way above board. And we saw that play out on the early seasons of Atlanta. He always has these big ideas for these restaurants and these clubs and these lounges. They're open. He has the grand opening, and then a year or two later, it's closing. And I know restaurants are hard, but it's also, Peter, because you're not doing everything the way you're supposed to be. Like, you have to pay your taxes. You have to pay your staff. You have to make sure that all of your legal proceedings are in order. And it just was not. So he evaded it as long as he could. I'm happy that he turned himself in as opposed to them like finding him and locking him up and taking him in the back of the paddy wagon.
The Jen shot of it all.
The dramatics,
Okay.
the Jen Shaw, okay? But yeah,
Fleeing the country.
Okay, but yeah, he's joining Jen Shaw. He's joining Karen Huger. Like Teresa did her time and she got out. He's not the first or the last Bravo celebrity to be in jail. So listen, keep it tight. Keep it together, Peter. 18
Not
months.
keep it tight,
You got
Peter.
You keep it, or don't.
Or don't.
If you want to channel Patricia, like, or don't. Get into it however you want
Patricia
Yeah.
is hitting.
to. Yeah.
Patricia better not drop
New
that
scene for
funny.
Patricia, okay? Yeah.
Honey, oh my God, please. I cannot.
I'm
He
just
might have a
like,
time in there. He might have a
I
time.
literally cannot imagine Peter Thomas dropping on soap. Anyway, go ahead.
my thing is like, you didn't learn from all of your colleagues at the network, you didn't learn.
No, so that's
what I mean.
That's what I was thinking when she was talking. I'm like, listen, first of all, you're not the first Bravo, like you said, you're not the first. So you saw all of these people already go through all of this, and you didn't think, I have some mess going on. Let me get myself together because I know that I have some mess going on.
Exactly.
And I just say this with all love. That's the ego and the pride of a Caribbean man. They just don't think that it's going to touch them. They think it can happen to everybody else, but no, me and mine, I'm good. I got it under control, baby. No, you don't. You saw everything that happened. You look at Simon. Look at the man in your yard. Like, come on. It eventually is going to catch up to you, and it caught up to you.
People think it can't happen to them until it does.
Until it smacks them in the face.
Well, now my question is, do you guys think that, so Peter goes in, and, he does everything that he needs to do in order to pay his debt back to society, I guess, to the government, however, get himself back right. When he introduces himself back into society, do you think that he's going to struggle when it comes to his businesses again? Or because it's like
yes and no.
We know him for the clubs and the restaurants. So now he's going to prison because, of tax fraud. So I wonder if this is going to really damage his reputation in the business world, I think because I'm sure he has a lot of partners.
Exactly. And so I think the banks are going to be like, hard stop. Like, I don't know what loan you thought you was going to take out with us, but it ain't going to happen. I think the charm that Peter has and the way he's able to make his ideas just sound so good, he'll be able to schmooze somebody into taking out a loan or finding another partner that will do his bid for him.
Yeah, don't be stupid out there.
Okay,
no,
please.
seriously.
Because you should not be taking out no loan for no convicted felon that went to prison for tax fraud.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? But honestly, you're very right. He has that charm.
He does.
And I can really see him walking and talking himself into a situation where it's like,
even on some look, I did it the right way. I did it the wrong way. I know what to do. I know what not to do. I got you. I got you.
He almost got my girl, Dr. Wendy. Almost.
Happy Eddie.
That did not work out.
Happy Eddie said, baby, we're not doing that.
Do you imagine if actually, if Dr. Wendy would have actually done business with Peter?
That wouldn't have ended well. Her husband's too involved in her life. That's a holy matrimony. Husband. Okay? He would have clocked that T quick.
Very quick.
I'm pretty sure he already did. That's why it didn't happen.
Exactly why it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well,
shout out to the Yosefos.
Yeah, shout out to the Yosefos. And shout out to Peter. Listen, Peter, we're praying for you.
We're praying for you, girl.
We're praying for you, girl.
Sister Patricia.
Listen, please, like we said, don't drop the soap. And if you do, honey, wipe it. So at least it's some lube in there.
Right. At least help, some assistance.
Don't let them pressure you into anything.
Peter's giving top though. Peter's giving top.
You never know.
Yeah, but it's not what you give over there. It's what they want you to do.
Okay, say that.
When you're fresh, I'm acting like I know. When you're fresh me, I can only imagine that they're like,
you got something to tell us, well,
imagine I did a whole life.
I did a whole What y'all don't know, y'all don't know.
Oh my God. Well, talking about switching places and new beginnings, I guess. Dolores Catania.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. Is this confirmed?
Well, listen. Dolores Catania from the Real Houses of New Jersey, and as we know, the Real Houses of New Jersey ended in a very weird way. The last season,
no reunion.
Production has not even finalized casting in the last 2 years that the show. It's about to be
about that long.
It's about to be 2 years.
Oh my God.
It's crazy where the show it's at.
Yeah.
Because it's legitimately this show did so well in ratings, and for some reason we cannot get the casting together, and I cannot believe that it's been so long since we've seen the Real Houses of New Jersey. Anyways, so a lot of fans have been speculating that Bravo was going to announce a new city. And there's been speculations of that for months now.
Yep.
And finally, Bravo announced that the new city that is coming to the Real Housewives is Rhode Island.
Yes.
And after that announcement was put out, OK Magazine, so I'm sourcing them. OK Magazine reports that Dolores Catania may be transitioning to the upcoming Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Sources indicate she plans to rent a summer house there and will appear as a friend of the housewives, leveraging the real-life connections with the new cast and new show. So basically, according to OK Magazine, Dolores might just be playing a very small role. I mean, I did also hear that she was instrumental in casting these women because she's friends with some of these women.
Oh, nice.
So
good for her.
If she is friends with some of these women, I would love to see a known face come and kind of like,
usher them in a little bit.
Because what we do know from the fans is that it's hard for new faces to kind of like. We love Housewives, but the fans are hard on you.
We are so
critical.
Yes.
So what do you guys think about Dolores maybe going to another franchise?
I think that it's amazing. If she's wasn't a part of the casting process, I think that that's like such a good transition for her to like just leeway into back to filming again. She's probably bored.
Right.
She ended her season on Jersey, like that final scene of her just sitting at the table. And now she is entering a brand new space. And I think that I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And especially as a friend, it gives her room to do both. You can kind of be that friend and be that catalyst and connect this one and this one over on Rhode Island. But the second that they say Jersey cameras are picking back up, if Dolores, you get picked in this new cast, you can easily go right back there. So like you said, I like to see her kind of like grandfather these new women in. And because she's new to this. No, I'm sorry, she's not new to this. She's true to this. She knows what it is. She knows what it look like. She knows how to play the game. So it could be cute. It could be real cute.
Yeah, I think I'm excited. I did enjoy Dolores a lot on Traders.
Yes. Loved it.
I was excited to see her there. And I think that she got really good fan reception from Traders.
She did.
The network loved her perform. I mean, she won Traders.
Hello, I was about to say she won.
She was the first housewife to win. So yeah, shout out to Dolores. I think it'll be great. Now, do I think that she might be joining this cast? I don't think so. Because Dolores is very rooted in Jersey.
She's Jersey. That's Patterson, baby.
She's very rooted in Jersey, and I don't see Dolores like legit uprooting her life in New Jersey for the sake of being on television because she's not that thirsty.
Yeah, she's not that thirsty.
You know?
But Paulie ain't going there with her.
Exactly.
So she ain't going.
So,
She's going to stay up in that house.
But renting a summer house...
Easy.
For a 3-week filming, because let's be honest, when it's a new show, they don't be filming for that many months. They
do like an 8-10 episode.
Yeah, they do like an 8-10 episode, and they do that like in 2-3 weeks, honestly.
Yeah.
So she'll probably rent a house there for a month or two, and
That's fun.
Shout out to Dolores. Shout out to Dolores.
That's exciting.
Well, this is news that when I heard it, I was like, listen, like, this kind of got me emotional a little bit because it is someone that we have seen on our televisions that have made us laugh. And, you know, we just love at this point when it comes to this person. So Candy Burris has shared that her beloved Aunt Bertha, a staple in the Old Lady Gang and Real Housewives of Atlanta, has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. In a recent interview, Candy expressed the emotional toll that this has taken to her family. She says, we're having really hard time because my Aunt Bertha has Alzheimer's. And you guys know that Aunt Bertha is a catalyst.
Iconic.
You know, quintessential to the makeup of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, of Candy and the Gang, even though it was only one season. But, you know, the successful, I mean, people can have whatever opinion they want to have about Old Lady Gang restaurant, but it is a staple and people go find it.
Yes, they do.
People go find it in Atlanta. So it's really sad because what we know from Alzheimer's is that it's not only a mental disease, it starts affecting your physical body too. You start forgetting your motor skills. You start forgetting how to do certain things yourself. So if it's not just you forgetting how to do it, it's also your body forgetting how to function. And that's when things start to get very detrimental when it comes to life because your heart, certain organs can stop working because they're just not connected to your brain to give it that signal that they should be working. So it's a lot. And sending love to Candy and her family. What do you think about
it broke my heart. Multiple reasons. One, Aunt Bertha, she's a staple, okay? It was a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bullshit, okay? Like, spins in chair and steps off. Like, case closed, I solved the riddle. Like, that is one of the funniest scenes in, like, Atlanta history to me. So, like, just knowing the impact that she had on Atlanta and knowing that, you know, unfortunately, and we know that everyone's time is going to come to a close, but in that way, Alzheimer's, it's such a hard disease and it hits home. My grandmother has dementia. It's different, but just seeing such strong, powerful, independent women lose their function and lose their being, it is so sad to see. So prayers, of course. Prayers, of course.
Prayers to Candy.
I have a question. So a lot of fans were saying, you know, Candy, we love you so much. Like, and Candy has opened her family so much to the cameras.
Yes.
Some people were saying, like, we need Candy back because she's always given like real story and they wanted to see how, you know, she says that it's been hard on her family and, you know, they have a really big family. So people been saying that they would have loved for them to be filming anything to like see how, you know, their family is doing. But I'm honestly glad that they're not filming anything because I feel like right now they really just need to have this moment for themselves.
Yes,
and not for any cameras or any show. And
definitely not up for like criticism or critique. People gonna have opinions. Oh, you shouldn't treat her that way. Oh, you need to take care of her this way. No, like they're doing what they need to do.
So I think that I hope that, you know, they don't do anything like that because I feel like I do feel like that family needs just time to like heal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They've been on camera for so long. All of them.
Since the beginning. I mean, what, season 2?
And for anyone to say Candy hasn't given anything to the network or the show, it's like, seriously.
Like
reality TV in general.
Her entire, like, we've seen her daughter.
Yeah.
She's now getting ready to be in Next Generation. Like, she's getting ready to be the star in her own regard. Like, come on. She gave us a lot, and we're grateful. We're grateful.
Right. For sure. Well, sending love and healing prayers to Candy and her family in Alberta. Moving on to another news that, honestly, I need the fans to really, like, the Bravo fans to really just take a beat when it comes to the way that they talk about certain shows. So, amid swirling rumors of the cancellation of The Real Housewives of New York City, Bravo has clarified that the show has not been canceled and that it's not going anywhere and that they're actually in the process of casting, which they cast. And also, when they said that, everybody went crazy. Like, oh my God, are they going to revamp? And it's like, that's not what they're saying. Do you guys know that every show does casting every season?
Every single season.
Every season.
No one is safe. That's why you always hear that people are waiting on their letters.
Waiting on their contracts, waiting on their letters,
you know?
for their
and
meetings.
that's what you even see during the reunions. People are like, oh, you're putting on a storyline. You feel as though like your status or your role in the show was like up for grabs. And so you feel like you got to do the most to maintain it. They cast every single season.
Exactly. So it's not really a big deal if you hear that a certain production for a certain show is saying that they're looking for new women. That's very standard. But anyways, it hit the Twitter streets and people were already going crazy. I am glad that Bravo actually came out and said something because I did feel like the story or the rumor was kind of like boiling up, you know? And we were... However, cameras are down, right? They're still in the casting process of seeing how they're going to shake this show up because honestly, also, if you haven't heard the last review that we did on The Real Housewives of New York City, you must go listen to it. We did it with Melissa from Your Bitch Therapist.
Shout out to Melissa.
Go listen to that. That's one of my favorite recaps that I've ever done on this podcast. And it will be really good for you to listen to it because leads into my question. How do we move on in this show in a way that it's watchable after what we saw went down in Puerto Rico? Do we get rid of half the cast and bring in 3, you know, and half of new women? Or does Bryn go? Does Bryn and Uba go?
I think Bryn and
Because
Uba
no shade,
go.
Some people were saying that Uba was hard to work. Before the whole Puerto Rico stuff happened.
And
you know?
Like producers, cast, crew, them. Like cast everybody.
People.
Production.
People.
Okay.
And I think that everybody that you mentioned involved. You know?
Allegedly.
Yeah, right.
Allegedly.
So yeah, that's kind of like my question. Like, how do we move on? And what do you think they should do in order to get this show back? To be completely honest, give me Sai, give me Raquel, give me Erin, because Erin is really rooted in New York. I feel like she is friends with all of the girls, even if it's a very superficial friendship. She's still friends with all of the girls, and she's kind of like that. Like, she's a New Yorker,
born and raised.
You know, she's kind of like that glue to me. Yeah, that's how it comes off. So give me Sai, give me Raquel, give me Erin, give me Jesso, because I need Jesso.
I love Jesso.
Like, I feel like Jesso is like quintessential like housewife when it comes to her moments. And I feel like we need that. And then we can work from there.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's what I think. What do you think?
I feel like there are no stars on that cast.
Ooh. I would agree.
There are 0 reality TV stars on that cast. There's no one that knows how to carry the group. There's no anchors. There's no...
Wake it up.
That's just how I feel. I feel like they need to cast, and maybe this is what they're looking for, an anchor, a Teresa, a Giselle, people like that to carry the group. And I think that they thought it was going to be Jenna Lyons when they first did casting, maybe.
But I would have told you that.
But no.
It wasn't going to be.
It's not.
You know?
Yeah.
So you think they need to cast an anchor?
They need an anchor with their friends, giving like a Robin and Giselle.
Like a real life.
Yeah.
And they need someone who can like read, who is like not scared of Uba's not scared of confrontation, but Uba is just yelling and being loud, and I love Uba. Don't get me wrong, but like she just be loud, she just be obnoxious, and it doesn't make. I need somebody that's gonna make me laugh. Yeah. I need somebody that's gonna give me one-liners, some quotables, like a good read. Who's gonna be able to read, but then make up and then read you again. Like, give me a good back and forth, tit for tat. I agree with you, Justin. There are no anchors. There is not one, and I love all the women for different reasons,
individually, but as a unit, there's no stars.
Yeah, and so I do agree that and again, Uba, I love you, girl. I'm not trying to take money out of you and your unborn child's pocket. However, you and Bryn probably need to sit down. You and Ben probably need to take a beat, because you can't have one without the other in a sense. Yeah. And the both of them back on another season, we don't want to watch that same thing.
I really don't.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No hugs. No hugs.
And I've been seeing that Lindsay Hubbard from Summer House, she has been hanging out a lot with Erin. I've seen her photo with some of the
Her name has been rumored to be in that casting. It's been
circulating. And one thing about Lindsay, she's going to get activated. And Lindsay does not care who you are, what you got to say. Lindsay's also never wrong. She can go outside. You'd be like, Lindsay, this car is red. No, it's green.
Right.
It's dead or red car. But if it's green, she's gonna go with that. And that delusion, it's annoying, but it's also like it's good TV.
Yeah.
So keep shopping, keep seeing what the women have to offer.
I would love to see Lindsay join the Real Houses of New York City. I think that Lindsay needs to be off Summer House because that's just like Lindsay, Kyle, Amanda. Like, honestly, the OGs of that show, they need to go because.
It's about time.
Baby, we're in our 40s.
Yeah, literally.
Talking about summering in the Hamptons. And I think that we kind of saw that a little bit at the end of this season. And then to the castmates, I'm going to do a Summer House overall recap. I didn't do episode because it's a lot, but I'm going to do...
Based on the reunion.
Yeah, I'm going to do like an overall recap when the reunion like finishes. But yeah, so like I would love to see Lindsay be taking out a Summer House because she is getting into that like legitimate like adult lifestyle now. She's a mom.
And moms can have fun, but you're not about to bring your baby to the Summer House every weekend.
She lives in New York City, so I feel like it's just organic.
It is. It's a smooth transition.
She knows some of the girls. So if we do want to keep like the faces that are already in this reboot, I think that adding Lindsay will be great. And like you said, I feel like Lindsay will give the show a lot because Lindsay loves being on television.
She sure does.
So
she does.
And it's a good thing.
She is reality TV.
That's good.
Reality stars
that's her job.
Doing their job.
Yeah, exactly.
She wants her entire life on the forefront. She's going to write you a whole dissertation about what's going on.
And I appreciate that from a reality star. I don't want a reality star that is going to be like backing away from the camera and not showing the... No, like I want you to be open.
Who cares too much about how they're going to be perceived and I don't want to say this or I'm going to say this on purpose.
On TV. I don't want to show my spouse and this and that.
Right.
Yeah. Go back home, honey.
Yeah, I think... Listen, take your time. Don't go for the same thing. I really, if casting is hearing this, I would say go for something that's out of the box. You guys already went for what you guys thought we wanted, and you gave it to us.
0 stars.
And you saw what happened.
0 stars. How do y'all feel about a blend of OG New York and like current New York?
No.
I
keep it.
I am done with OG New York in so many ways, and I know that OG New York gave us some iconic women, and I am okay with seeing those women the way that I'm seeing them right now, like Luann on Love Hotel, you know, Dorinda over there. Even though Dorinda, I'm about to really not fuck with you no more because
what happened?
Because you know that picture that Ramona posted of her.
No.
Who like I don't want to get what he did wrong.
I don't remember his name, but
I think he murdered a black boy.
Yeah, on the train. That was the one on the train.
Oh, hell no.
Ramona took a picture with him on some like, this is prom.
Yeah.
And Dorinda went and liked that picture.
Oh, no, she did not. Oh, don't tell me that. Oh,
you got to be careful what you like, and especially if you want to be still she's thirsty for the network.
She is. She'll take anything.
That was actually not a picture that it was like, oh, here comes Ramona doing another racist thing. No, like she was legitimately taking a picture with a murderer.
In true fashion of Ramona.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm not surprised by Ramona, but Dorinda?
I know. I was surprised.
I
was surprised to see that light. So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that it was because you don't know what you was doing, but you really need to be careful. And the company you keep around you, it shows me who you are.
Exactly.
Because Dorinda, you better be hearing this.
No, for real. Because the thing is like, if you don't agree with the things that Ramona is doing, if you don't agree with the things with how Ramona moves, then don't keep her in your circle. Don't be in her comments, being extra and being extra friendly. If you don't agree, because it gets performative. It gives you're just doing it because people are looking at you. She's over here taking pictures with murderers, and you're liking the picture.
Because ain't nothing to like about that.
Not a good look.
So I'm really kind of done with OG New York.
Same.
And
do the little spin-offs here.
You know,
find your love.
Some of the women that are iconic can get casted on, you know, the other reality shows, House of Villains, Traitors, you know, all of these other things. Sure, keep them women employed because I know
already
that
did their Ultimate Girls Trip.
Yeah,
most of them did.
I don't care to see like New York and Old New York fake be a group because I know that they're not actually friends.
That also.
So it'll feel
and
fake.
it would end up being you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Yeah. So, anyways, but New York, get it together because I don't love, but I do like the new New York. I think that it has potential. And I think that some of the women are really good at their job. I think Sai is an amazing housewife.
She is,
but we need to work at it. Yeah. It's like one of those.
I do want a little bit more authentic New York too. Give me, and I know Sai's Puerto Rican, I know that, but like, give me like a straight Dominican New Yorker who was like born from Washington, Black American. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like someone from the Heights, someone who was scaled up, started in the Bronx. Now you want to love them, and like something that I can feel like, okay, I see me,
the New York
I see
story.
you. Yes, give me something good. Give me something good.
I think they need to do what Atlanta did. They took their time and they got the recipe right. They kept Drew. They brought back Cynthia, who's the tie to old Atlanta and new Atlanta. So whoever casted that show, go to New York. Yeah, please
help them out.
Well, it's so funny that you say that. Are you in your report? Are you talking about Phaedra?
Are we?
Okay, so
this part.
All right, so let me just
the
whatever.
Frack is back.
So listen, PK Kemsley responds to Dorit's divorce filing. He's finally responding. So following Dorit Kemsley's filing for divorce, PK has reported by requesting joint custody of their 2 children and asking the court to deny Dorit's request for spousal support.
Spousal support?
This legal development comes in amid reports of PK's alleged infidelity and Dorit's claims of his alcohol and addiction. I'm really surprised to hear PK wanting joint custody of their kids because at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, Dorit was very clear that PK barely sees the kids. Yep. That he checks in on a random Saturday when he's in town. Yep. So to hear that PK is requesting for joint custody, I'm just like, if you're not in town,
what do you was barely being a present father when y'all were married, when y'all were all living in the same house. How you gonna do that 50-50?
It's just to get at Dorit, just to pinch her and get on her nerves.
And once Dorit's request of spousal support to be denied. Yeah. That's the mother of your kids. Yeah. So I just feel like you just need to give her that because that's the mother of your kids. And kids under like 10.
Yeah, they're young. They're babies. They're babies.
You know? So it's like, it's so weird.
They be
when
showing
I see,
their ass. They be showing
Yo,
their ass.
It's like they turn. It's like an on and off switch. It's like off, and when it's
Yeah, and
off,
as soon
they
as
like
it's off,
don't give a
they're
fuck.
the way that I
ugly.
see these husbands deal with their wives when they're divorcing them, it's like literally disgusting. It sickens me because it's just like, that's the mother of your child, of your kids.
Look at Ralph. Look at Lisa's husband in Miami, Lenny. Like,
Oh my
these men are just
God.
awful
Like, I'm
in
just
divorce
Awful
proceedings.
on camera.
Hey, off and on camera. They don't care that the
I
cameras
just
are on.
wouldn't do that to the
mercy.
mother of my kids.
No.
Like, I just feel like I
Off
wouldn't
the strength
put...
of them being, even if I hate you as a person,
Right.
you are the other person. That
I also
helped make
judge
children.
people for not going about the right way when it comes to divorcing when you have children, because I see other people that divorce and make it a point
They can do
to,
it amicably.
you know,
Right.
to go
Yeah.
about it the right way for the kids, you know?
It can really all be simple.
Talking about people that divorces is just a mess. Drew the other day posted a video of her and Ralph and
chummy.
upstairs cooking dinner together.
Yeah.
But
Ralph, go back to the basement
last
when you
time I
belong.
thought Ralph was court ordered to the basement, and y'all were not supposed to be upstairs at the same time.
Okay, you're yelling out the window how much of a dumbass he is. Last time y'all talked.
And you said that he was court ordered. And
Why
when
would she
Carlos
post
King-
that? Why would she post?
And when
that?
Carlos King asked you about it and said, like, why didn't you challenge it? Because, like, that's kind of crazy. You said, well, that's what the court said. Like, you were very kind of like that's what the court said, and you were just kind of living by that. So if you were enforcing that rule once upon a time, what happened? What happens now? Like, are we just picking days when we're gonna choose to enforce the rules that the court plays? You know what I'm saying?
I think
Right,
she
yeah.
is just so lost in the sauce. She don't know what to do her damn self. Like, the way she went into that court hearing thinking that she was going to get the court sealed, they were going to get the financial documents, he was going to have to move out the house, and everything was like no, no, and no. We're opening the records.
Right.
He don't got to move out the basement, and we still don't have his financials. I don't know if it's her. I don't know if it's the lawyer. I don't know if Ralph just has like the most amazing lawyer on this earth, but like everything that she thinks is going to happen is not happening.
Right.
And so she's at a point, like she said, like he and I are at war. I think she got tired of being at war, and she's like, maybe just now, if I have to appease, then I'm going to appease. And
Ralph said that she was calling her daddy.
Why would they post all of these things? This is why I don't get about celebrity couples or reality star couples. It's like, why do you have to post every single thing? Like, why do
Right.
we have to know that?
Well,
Hey guys, hey world, my baby mama just called me daddy. What?
Yeah,
What?
we're a
is the
happy family
reason?
again, but
like,
you're not.
I just feel like Ralph is very, like, he loves the camera. He loves attention.
does. Oh, he does.
So
Patricia part 2.
Yeah.
Literally part 2 to the 10th
Rachel?
power.
Yeah.
That might be a little Rachel.
So so I think that he loves it, and he's doing it for attention, obviously.
Right.
And you know, Drew did respond, kind of like reacted to the video after it hit social media, and she was saying that the reason why they do stuff like that is because the therapist said that they should do things to kind of like keep it normal for the kids and normalize that parenting. But to be honest,
It's a little too late for that.
it's just when you showed us what you showed us, when you're showing us what you're showing us on the Real Houses of Atlanta, it's really hard for me to believe
Or digest.
Yeah.
that this is okay for the kids to even see
That's what
at
I'm
this
saying.
point.
That's why I said it's too late. The kids already know what's up. The kids know that y'all are not on good terms. The kids know that daddy's living in the basement. The kids know that at this point from those previous episode, y'all are going through a divorce.
Like, if anything, you're confusing people.
That's what I'm-
And I
you're
think that
confusing them
might
a
be
little bit more.
worse.
Yes, I
You
agree.
know?
I
Like,
agree.
1000%.
One week you're on and popping, and the other week you're yelling at each other, you know, not even talking to each other.
And I
Yeah.
do think that they should be able to get together and have harmonious moments for
I
the
agree.
kids. But there's a fine line between like having those harmonious moments and like damn
Posting.
near like posting it, but also like low key flirting throughout it all. Like the energy
Yeah.
was a bit like
Weird.
try hard. And I'm
Like,
like,
one thing is
what are
one
you
thing is to
selling?
come together for the kids, and another thing is to act like you guys are still in a relationship for the
Right,
kids.
right. To act like y'all
because
buddy
if you're
buddy.
still acting like you're in a relationship in front of the kids, that's messing up your kids more, because you know you're divorcing.
Yes.
Right.
And you
Yes.
know that you guys are not getting back together.
Yeah.
So it's not just about being together as parents for the kids. It's also about being able to interact with each other physically in a way that's respectful, and in a way that also creates that boundary that, like, they don't go together, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kids know these things.
It helps them with conflict resolution and helps them show, regardless of the fact that our love didn't work, we're still both committed to being your parents. We're going to be in each other's lives. So this is how you get along with somebody that you don't necessarily see eye to eye with. That's a good life lesson for the kids to take on.
Absolutely.
Not one day they're arguing, one day they're beefing, next day they're in love, next day they're happy-go-lucky, the next day he's back in the basement. Like, that's too much. That's too much.
And the posting is too much. Like, we don't need to know every single detail of whether you're good or whether you're not good. Like, we really don't.
Right.
Like, wait for the cameras to turn back on and, like, show us.
Because, who are you trying... Your kids aren't seeing this on Instagram, so what you trying to sell? Who are you trying to convince? Because it ain't us. It ain't us. Woo.
Well, listen, the last story for the day before we get into some other things. Kim Zolciak's daughter, Ariana Bierman, was sentenced over the 2022 DUI, remember? Days before her Bravo show premiere, as you know,
to miss the premiere, baby.
Ariana is going to be on the new show Next Gen NYC, and she has been the latest Bravo star to be sentenced.
Add it to the list.
Oh my God! In the hearing last Friday, the 23-year-old reality star took a plea deal to avoid jail time for her 2022 arrest, according to court docs obtained by In Touch magazine. The outlet reports that she pleaded guilty to reckless driving and possession and use of drug-related objects. However, other charges, including DUI, were dropped by the prosecutors.
Okay. At least she knew to plead guilty.
Right. Bierman, who served 24 months of probation, pay over $2,000 in fines, and perform 40 hours of community service. Additionally, she also has to eliminate alcoholic beverages or drugs unless prescribed, and complete an evaluation of substance abuse and take a victim impact program. The court warned Bierman that she could end up in jail if she violated any of her probation orders. I think this is great. Yeah. I think this is how you hold a person like this accountable.
Absolutely.
And it's better than jail, but I think that they stacked her with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
To make it a little difficult.
You're going to learn from this.
Yes, you
You're
will.
not
We
gonna
need to. We don't play with DUIs. You're putting yourself, but like the rest of the world, at risk. Take a page from Karen's book.
Exactly.
Karen, maybe you should have pled guilty, sis.
Woo. Or taking the plea that they gave you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this comes right before the premiere of her new show, Next Gen NYC.
I'm excited for that one.
I am gonna watch.
No, I'm excited for that show. It is a lot of bombshells dropping on that show that I feel like people may not be aware of. So I'm very excited for the show to start airing and for people to like kind of like see the clips going on social media. And it's a good show.
I just hope they're nice to them. The Bravo mainly demographic is like millennials and older, and like these kids are like either young millennials or Gen Z or whatever.
Most of them grew up on the show on the network too, which is nice to see. I mean, we have some new grace. Like the Meredith's son is new, some of them are new, but like the ones who we saw from like Gia, like we saw her from so young,
Riley,
and now she's gonna be on her own show,
a grown
which
woman.
is nice.
Yeah, it's cute.
Well, that has been all the hot topics for today. And of course, we have the correspondents here. So, guys, let us know what's going on with your shows. Justin, tell me everything about Potomac.
All right. So, we have Giselle and Ashley on Love Hotel, which is a love dating show, which is so funny that, have to be a little shady.
Right.
Which is so funny that they have a love dating show because they try to ruin everyone else's love on their show.
Please.
Anyway,
you have to clock that.
Sorry.
Did he lie?
But anyway, they're at this beautiful hotel with a concierge. The concierge's the host's name is called Joel Kim Booster. He serves as their...
I don't like him on this show.
You don't like him?
I'm sorry.
I'm not the biggest fan.
I
just feel like he has no charisma when it comes to hosting.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I
agree.
What you need for this type of show, especially coming off of like Queen's Court.
Yeah.
Like, you need a certain type of like charisma for hosting this type of shows, and I feel like I'm not getting
it's falling
any.
A little flat.
Oh my god!
And
it's
flat.
It's falling a little
when
flat.
he's on, I'm sorry, I don't mean to like go crazy about him, but like clearly I've been trying to get this off my chest. Like when he's on screen, I'm like, are you even enjoying your
You're
time?
not.
Like
no,
but we also know he wasn't enjoying his time.
Yeah.
We know he wasn't. He got on Instagram and talked about how much he was not enjoying his time.
Right.
So his and then he does all these like Bravo puns, but it's very like flat faced. Like he'll say like
That's what I'm
an
saying.
iconic line from another show,
and
or,
then
like,
expect them to interact, but you're saying it in a way that they don't even know what you're like. No emotion.
None.
So let's do a little quick recap. Of course, Giselle's being messy. She takes Shannon's man. She has her producer hat on, of course.
Yes.
Shannon is scaring her dates off with her demeanor and her judgments. The way what they eat, how they do things.
Shannon storms,
which is
she
like
can't help herself.
her death
She can't.
stare.
Some things you gotta let go.
She can't help herself.
Shannon, and that was Earl. Like she gave him a dirty look because he didn't eat vegetables, and he was like, So, Shannon's being Shannon.
Yeah.
Right.
Ashley's attracting the same kind of guys.
A daddy.
She has a type, but the type is non-monogamy. She's trying to break out of that. So I'm proud of her that she stood up for herself with
But
this
honestly,
one guy.
go ahead. Keep going.
I'm proud of her that she's stepping out of her comfort zone and saying, you know what? I don't want this, so let me try something else. But in true Ashley fashion, she's going and kissing the guy that Giselle likes, even though she said, this might make my friend mad, your actual friend who you have
In
a
real life,
business with.
GNA.
GNA. That has nothing on the website. Anyway.
Delilah spirit.
Yeah. Joggers. Anyway, so true Ashley fashion. True Ashley fashion. She does messy things. But I do like her with Wale. What do you guys think?
I did like her with Wale.
I love her with Wale.
Yeah?
I love Wale.
That's like
Wale is
normal.
sexy.
Yeah.
Wale is fine as fuck.
Okay, that's
Yeah, he is so.
Still
he
on
is
the
so
side.
good.
There's some red flags with Wale. I do feel like he is a little too territorial when it comes to Ashley, and it's just a little weird, and sometimes he does come off a little too aggressive.
Right.
And I'm just like, ooh.
I think he's surprised that she's
know?
actually forming connections
Right.
With other people.
and not just like another man that like kind of looks like him in the same age. It's like no, like you
has no
competition.
Yeah, she's for everybody.
She's for everybody.
But one thing that I love about Ashley on this show is that at least Ashley is giving herself to the experiment.
Yeah.
I don't like Giselle on the show, and Giselle, I love you down, but I really don't enjoy you on this show because I do feel like you're a little bit guarded.
Very.
And I don't know why.
She's always guarded.
We know that you are always guarded when it comes to friendships,
love,
dating, anything, new people. But I mean, we've seen you date on Potomac. We've seen you. So you've dated on camera before.
Yeah.
I think that this show requires someone that's going to be open to the experiment.
Yes.
Love is Blind works because people are legitimately open to that experiment. Love Island, all of these shows, you have to be open.
You have to.
And you have to legit throw yourself into that experiment. And I feel like she's not really cultivating real relationships because she's not.
She's wearing a producer hat.
She has she has a producer
BQ.
hat. She's being a cast member instead of pretending the cameras aren't around and like really getting into the experience. The other ladies I feel like are getting into the experience.
Yeah, listen, Shannon diving in, Luann diving in,
Yeah.
Ashley diving in, and
Yep.
Giselle's just like, well, I'm here.
Right.
Yeah. So moving on, Mia's been hanging out with your homegirls in the ATL.
Get her out. Get her out.
How do we feel about that? Do we feel that she's hanging out with them for a reason to get on the show?
Of
for one of the
course.
girls to be like, hey.
Let's keep it 1,000. Mia, I love you
Well,
down.
okay, yeah.
But you're playing the game, and I mean, as she should.
As she should. I
Yeah.
feel like she's hanging around with the girls, taking pictures. They're posting her with the new cast and some of the old cast members. Good for you, Mia.
But I hope that Mia really also, like, once her non-compete is done, I hope that Mia really, like, opens her horizons. Like,
go to VH1, do something else. Yeah, she can go something else. Yeah.
Go to VH1
Yeah.
and do
so many
something
other
else.
housewives have done it and, came back to the program. So don't let housewives be the last thing. I think Mia is great reality TV.
Yeah, I do
You
too.
and Rick can go to Love and Hip Hop and have a time.
Do you
Like,
guys,
y'all can run the streets over there.
do you guys think she would fit in with the ATL group? What do you
Like, she would, but not in the way that I want her to. Like, she is
That's
young and fire and fine and a business owner, and she has her storylines here and there. So like, that's very much on brand with what the other ladies are giving. But like, I can't stand Mia.
Yeah.
And I say it with like 2 feet down in my whole chest. Like, it's too much. She's a liar. I don't respect. I'm not a parent, so let me say this with a bit of grace, but like, I don't respect how she parents and how she's handling all the situation with her kids. I'm just very much not a fan. You and Gordon and Ink or whomever else, go figure your shit out somewhere
Right.
else.
Yeah.
Not on Bravo.
Right.
Bravo, you're declassing the show.
A lot of people
Not
did
freaking
feel like
Frank.
that.
Mia, it's you. Like, please go. Ugh.
Mia threatens her Real Housewives of Potomac castmates with defamation of character allegations if they say anything publicly. Do you guys feel like they're currently filming? Do you feel like someone who's currently filming with the Potomac girls went back and told Mia they're talking about her on camera for her to post that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
It was a very weird encrypted message when she posted it. I'm like, who's talking about you? You're not on the current season.
Someone went back and told her
because she did say, "Take me out the group chat." And that was that little piece that's either she's.
But I'm also thinking about it like, why y'all still have Mia in the group chat? She's
not there no more.
This firing been happened. You know what I mean?
To your point, that's why I think somebody is telling her what they're speaking about and what's going on. Who that may be, I don't know.
And I don't think Jacqueline is in the fold anymore.
She's not in the group chat.
We did see Jassy is back and filming with the girls. We don't know on what capacity still. You think so?
Because she was one of the few that got invited to
But
Mia's
to be honest, on her DC live event, Jassy and Mia didn't seem like...
They had a little back and forth on stage.
They had a little back and forth on stage, and it was giving like...
Play that reclip.
Right.
Insert here.
When you do the edit. Play that clip at the edit.
I wonder who went back. Ciao.
Okay. Do we think Jassy was at... Okay, I'm going to get to the event. We're getting to the event. Okay, so in other news... Let's move on from Mia. Giselle spoke to Karen in jail. She's doing fine and running the place, apparently. She's doing just fine.
Of course she is.
So we know that. Allegedly, Candace was in the talks of coming back for season 10. This is something that I saw, not something that I heard, because all of you know that I do speak to Candace, but it's not something that came from her mouth. It's something I read. She was in talks going back and forth, going back to the show, but she had a back and forth with the producers, and they just didn't come to an agreement of what she wants.
I mean,
stand your ground, sis.
Very likely.
Also going on with the Candace Dude, she's performing live at the virtual reality tea events at the City Winery. Shout out to virtual reality.
Yeah,
shout out to y'all.
And stream How Do You Live by Candace. Season 10 events. We saw Jazzy in the photo. What do we think?
I mean, loving it.
Yeah?
Loving it.
I need to see more. I'm sorry, it was giving glorified side chick, and that was all your fault. Like the way that she described her situation, it just was not.
She was amazing in person, right?
Is she?
She is. She's sweet.
I like
She's sweet, yeah.
Hey, girl.
And lastly, we have some new blood in Potomac, apparently. We saw some new faces in the cast photo at their event, which looked nice, finally, because Potomac's events be on and off.
Yeah.
How many GNA events are we going to do?
We can't. I don't want no more chicken coops. I don't want none of that.
No. So we have Angelera. She's from Baltimore.
Okay, Baltimore.
We have Tia. She's a realtor living in Virginia, but from Nigeria.
Okay, another Nigerian. They're going to try it. They're going to try it.
And I hope that it's sisterhood this time.
Yeah,
Please, por favor. We have Keisha, another real estate agent. She also owns a beauty and cosmetic beauty bar, and she owns a restaurant. So she's a businesswoman. She's also from Baltimore. So is this the Real Housewives of Baltimore?
Right,
or
it's giving. It's giving.
I hope they have energy.
Yes, I hope they have energy, and I hope they bring it. And I was hoping for my girl to come back, and maybe as much as I hate that I'm about to say this, I was hoping for Robin to come back as a friend of
the guest.
I want to see what's tea with her.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can't make me hate Candace. You never will. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do.
Candy
so
gang,
whenever,
all day, every day. Stream How Do You Live right now.
Right here, right now. Whenever she is ready, the door is open. It is up to her.
Right.
Robin, you can sit on ice a little longer.
Just one more season.
Just one more season. Sit it out. Then you can come back.
Justin, thank you so much for that Potomac report. I so appreciate it. And I know the castmates do too. Quickly, because first of all, we talk so much.
We talk
and
so
will.
much.
Yeah, all day. Yeah, all
Quickly,
night.
because our producer is telling us that we're almost done.
Wrap it up.
Sojourner, let us know what's happening in the Atlanta streets.
It's getting hot up in Atlanta, y'all. It's getting hot up in Atlanta, and we are seeing so many transitions between these women and their friendship dynamics just completely breaking down. You have Portia and Shamia, lifelong friends, who at this point, Portia's threatening Shamia on the interwebs, keep Miss Diane out your mouth. I don't want to have to tell you again. Woo. I think the not exclusive, but the people have been talking about what's been going on between Portia's mom and Shamia's mom and what had happened back there. People thought it was about a man. It was about some money, child. It was about some money. The two of them both had daycares back in the day. And Portia's mom, Miss Diane, there was a big recession back in like the early 2000s, and her daycare center ended up going into foreclosure. And she just said, and she talked to Shamia's mom about the financial issues that she was going through. Well, when it was up for auction, Shamia's mom bought it and put her name on it. and turned it into her own daycare center.
Wait.
Didn't like put her on as a business partner or nothing. Like let's
not do it together. I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna give it to you because you my girl.
Right.
Like, oh, you're in foreclosure. Oh, you can't. I got it, and now it's mine.
Wow.
Are we shocked? No. I'm not shocked.
But Shamia's mom?
I'm not shocked.
I'm shocked.
I was shocked.
I'm shocked.
And I mean, hey, we're only seeing this much of Shamia
Especially
now.
because people have been saying that it's about a man.
Right.
So this seems more likely as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's about some money. And it's about, no, if we're supposed to be homegirls, how dare you go behind my back and buy this off auction and not. And apparently she didn't say anything to her. It wasn't a conversation. Hey,
Right.
this is what I'm planning on doing. What do you think?
Oh, she just did it.
She just did it.
She just did it.
That's what the streets are saying.
Oh,
Honey.
allegedly.
Allegedly,
guys.
because everything here is allegedly, unless we say otherwise. But yeah, so I understand, especially now for Portia and for her mom, how that would dictate how they feel about Shamia and her mom. And Portia's mom is very much like, okay, I understand that that's your homegirl, but be careful. Because the way we're all saying the apple don't fall far from the tree, Portia's mom, Miss Diane, is probably saying the apple don't fall far from the tree. Be careful when it comes to Shamia, which it all makes sense. Because I'm like, Shamia seems so wonderful, like such a loyal friend to Portia. Why is her mom sitting here being so catty about it? But knowing that history, it makes a little bit more sense. Makes a little bit more sense.
I saw something where people were saying that Shamia was so loyal to Portia just so she could have this very moment that she has right now.
And people are saying,
show.
But you know, I don't know if I believe that 100% because Shamia has had relationships on this show that I think were stronger, and also those relationships were stronger to production than Portia. Like Shamia is best friends with Candy.
Right, if she really wanted to get on.
And if she's
Candy
really been,
pitched her too.
If she's been beasting to get on, like some of the fans are trying to make her seem,
that's what I
then
heard, yeah.
I feel like she would have been going on or been beasting Candy to get on. And I feel like even when Shamia has been on the Real Houses of Atlanta before, it never gave, I'm trying to make a moment because I want to be on this show so bad.
Like Jacqueline on Potomac.
Thank you. It gave, I'm making a moment because I'm trying to like ride for my friend so hard. Like her beef with Phaedra, like you're doing that to stand up for Portia. Well, also Phaedra was coming out the mouth talking about you, was trying to have relations with Todd and whatnot. But it never gave like, I'm trying real hard to be on here. It's like, I'm trying real hard to stand up for my friend and to be a good friend. Insert lapdog commentary. Woo.
Well, Atlanta, child.
Yeah.
ATL
Okay.
streets. Uh-huh.
And now Britt Eady, her license is still under investigation when it comes to her insurance. And I went on her website because I was like, I just want to see like what this girl got to offer, right? It's giving fraud. It's giving fraud, and I feel even more certain in that now more than ever. She has a masterclass that you can buy for $449, which is going to tell you everything there is to know about getting into insurance and having your own agency. Or you can buy the ebook, which is her business plan, which is everything that she did, for $150. So it's like, why would I pay the $499 if you're literally giving your ebook, which is your business plan, for $149?
And we know in the AI world, when people say ebooks, it just mean they put in a bunch of notes into ChatGPT and said, create an ebook for me.
Yes.
And in her introduction video, she's not talking about, she's like, I'm going to help you focus in your life. I'm going to help you reach the bar that you couldn't reach on your own.
Thanks.
Like, it's just giving like scam.
Yep.
Like she don't know what the hell she talking about. She don't really know what she doing, but she gonna make it sound good. She gonna look good. She gonna have some nice cars in the background. And to a sucker who's gonna fall for it, they gonna fall for it. So everybody was saying that Britt was a scammer. It's alleged, and it's giving that a little bit, if I had to call it my damn self.
And we know that the reason
Great
why
investigative work.
You gotta look it up. You gotta look it up.
I feel like we know the reason why she doesn't have her license anymore is not because of the Kenya thing.
It's not.
Right.
It's not. Let's make that very clear.
We know that it's not, and you know that it's not, homegirl.
Okay. Yeah. So Britt. And then we do see, or we're seeing, that things between Britt and Kelly have kind of disseminated. They came in as like the super duo besties.
Yep.
Now Britt is up underneath Portia. Kelly's up underneath Shamia. And it's just, they both said to each other that they didn't feel like they were both there for them when they really needed. The loyalty kind of wavered. So we're going to see a bit more about how their friendship kind of dissolves. But we talked about it on episode 1 or on one of my live recaps. The producers did not do that by accident when they included the little notes about, oh, we're sharing a stylist. Oh, I put her on with my stylist. Like, we're going to see that come into play in a few more episodes. And we're going to see like a real big breakdown between Kelly and Britt Eady. So pin on that. We're going to see how that goes.
Can't wait
thank
for
you so
that.
much for that amazing report on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Both of you, thank you so much for bringing those reports to the castmates on your respective shows. We'll be back next week for more hot topics. So make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, the Reality Rundown's YouTube channel. And for all things reality TV, follow the Reality Rundown.
Right here, baby.
Castmates,
Right here.
Gang, gang, gang.
castmates, thank you so much. And until next week.
We love y'all.
We love
Bye.
y'all.